The line segment PQ is extended to the point R, where PQ is 2/5 of PR. If P is equal to -1, 3, and Q is equal to 5, 7, find the coordinates of R. So if we draw it out, we have a better idea of what's going on. So PQ, this is the line PQ drawn in black, is extended to the point R. So PQ is extended to the point R, where PQ is 2/5 of PR. So PQ is 2/5 of PR. So if from P to R is, we can take it to be 100%, and PQ is 2/5 of that, then 1, so 100%, 1 take away 2/5 leaves us with 3/5. So from Q to R must be 3/5 of PR. So we can break it all down into fifths. So we can think that PR is 5/5. If P to Q is 2/5, then Q to R must be 3/5. So from Q to R is 3 parts out of a total of 5 parts, so 3/5. So QR, so from Q to R is going to be equal to 3/2, which is 1.5, 1.5 times PQ, times PQ. So where is this 3/2 come from, which is the same thing as 1.5? Well, if we forget about the fifths for the moment, and we just say that from P to Q is 2 parts, so it's 2/5, but let's just say it's 2 parts, and from Q to R is 3 parts, so forget about the 3/5 and just say it's 3 parts. So from P to Q is 2 parts, from Q to R is 3 parts. And 2 multiplied by 1.5, so 1.5 times 2 is 3. So 2 multiplied by 1.5 gives us 3. So QR is 1.5, so 3/2 times PQ. And that makes sense because 1.5 PQ, so 1.5 times 2, or 2 times 1.5, gives us QR, gives us 3. So 2 multiplied by 1.5 gives us 3. So that's where the 3/2 is coming from. So P -1, 3, so here's the point P, -1, 3, and Q 5, 7, so point Q is 5, 7, so that was given to us in the question. So P is -1, 3, and Q is 5, 7. So to get from -1 to 5, we're adding 6. To get from 3 to 7, we're adding 4. So we added 6 to the X, we added 4 to the Y. So we want now to go from Q to R. Q to R. So we have to add 9 to the X and add 6 to the Y. And that's because 6 multiplied by 1.5 is 9. So 1.5 times 6 is 9. And 4 multiplied by 1.5 is 6. So 1.5 times 4 is 6. So we take the point Q, which is 5, 7, and we want to add 1.5 times that. So 5 plus 9, so your X value 5 plus 9 is 14, and 7 plus 6, so 7 plus your Y value 6 is 13. So this point R that's been extended is 14, 13.